Good morning. Hello, you guys. So this morning we're going to do a little chat, a moment or two, and then we'll read from the 24-hour day book, which I never know what it's going to say, and then we'll have a meditation. So join us, stick with us for the meditation, and or you can pick it up later on YouTube. I usually have this posted within an hour or so on YouTube, and you can watch us there later, or back here later, whatever. Okay, so what comes, I guess, is my watching of friends and people in my life who say that they want to have a relationship with a higher power of God or universal intelligence, and it's tricky in a way, because mind says yes. Mind, ego, steps in and says, yes, we want that, and please explain to me what this about this God, or please explain to me about this higher power. We want to identify it, and that's what ego does. And that's how ego actually keeps us from this connection with the one, with oneness, this living in intuition, living in the knowing, living in the moment, if you will, is by questioning, and so we struggle, and that's been my experience over the years. I did it myself a lot for years, to try to find out, to understand, wanting to understand. Hey, Jason. So here we are wanting to understand God, and not even really realizing that this ego is not you, is not me. It's part of the whole thing, but it's not, and it has this high position in our lives and dictates to us and says, hi, good morning, Kylie. Hi, Kyla. Yes, it dictates to us and says, well, good, yes, let's have a relationship with a higher power. Tell me about it. And have you ever heard that in your mind? Have you ever heard that spoken? And even in desperation, I've heard people say, I want to understand God. And that wanting to understand separates us. Because, like one little Irishman, old Irish Mike, said to me years and years ago, many years ago, and I didn't really get it then. He said, if you can understand God, you have a real Irish brawl, and I understand God with your pea brain, there wouldn't be much of a God, would he? And I was like, yeah, I guess. So I kind of got it, but I didn't get it. And what I got was that there was no understanding. Understanding comes from religion. And often in religion, we're giving concepts, and the concepts have a tendency to separate us. As you've noted, religion often creates strife and stress, and with religious people saying this is the only way, and whether it's in some forms of Christianity or Islam, or maybe even in some Hindu forms. I have not seen it there, but maybe that's true. That religion has a tendency to separate us, and because it caters to the ego, it caters to the desire often to understand. Unless we go deep into the fundamentals of most religions, we'll see that there is no, there's an openness or an emptiness or a nothingness that we arrive at. No mind. No mind. And past the mind is the oneness. But, so if you're attached to a certain belief, God is this or that, recognize that is not, that. Recognize that there is in no understanding. There's a knowing, but not an understanding. So, as I'm saying this, my ego is saying, pretty brave of you to say this, David, but here it is. To say that it's only one thing. This is it. And that your teacher or your religion is the only way. Many have said that huge wars, the Crusades, many wars were fought over those things. This is the only way. And often back of those things were seeking power. Okay, so just look at that. That if you sit, at the core of many of the beliefs or statements like, be still and know that I am God. No idea of it, just that the stillness is the road in. Be quiet. And know that the discovery of this relationship is in the depths of us. Not in the mind, but in the depths of us. The oneness. So if you're in that point where, in the 12-step world, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. It does not describe that power. Does say either everything or nothing. Everything is not a description. The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, not really a description. But mind doesn't like that. Mind wants to understand. Understanding it. Understanding is another word for controlling. Yes. So be with that. Have some fun with that. If you don't like that, that's okay. And we have to look in there and recognize that the ego is not us. We are beyond the ego. As we go past the ego, we'll see that. Fear is not us. Anger is not us. These are all symptoms. Okay, you guys. Going to read. That's quick, eh? Yes, going to read. Here we go. What is the date? The 12th of November. The 12th of November. This is from the little 24-hour day book, and I enjoy it. Sometimes there's amazing things in here. Sometimes it's the word, what he's written is really an expanded, because we're looking to be in an expanded, not a contracted. Understanding can be contracted. This is the way. Expanded can be, there is no way. This is, which is beyond this is the way. And, okay, so we'll let go of understanding and be in this moment. Here we go. November 12th, this is from this little book that was written in 1954. I am less critical of other people, he says, inside and outside of AA. I used to run people down all the time. I realize now that it was because I wanted unconsciously to build myself up. Ego was building itself up. I was envious of people who lived normal lives. Normal. I couldn't understand why I couldn't be like them. And so I ran them down. I called them sissies or hypocrites. I was always looking for faults in the other fellow. I love to tear down what I like to call a stuffed shirt. I have found that I have never made a person any better by criticizing him. Amen. AA has taught me this. Am I less critical of people? Meditation for the day. You must admit your helplessness before your prayer for help will be heard by God. To be in the not knowing. To know. Be in the not knowing. To know. I'll read that again. Meditation of the day. You must admit your helplessness before your prayer for help will be heard by God, by the moment. Your own need must be recognized before you can ask God for the strength to meet that need. But once that need is recognized, your prayer is heard above all the music of heaven. It is not theological arguments. It is not theological arguments that solve the problems of the questing soul, but the sincere cry of that soul to God for strength and the certainty of that soul that the cry will be heard and answered. It's interesting because it cannot not be answered. We are that. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may send my voiceless cry for help out into the wind. I pray that I may feel certain that it will be heard somewhere, somehow. So we're going to meditate, if that's okay. And so we've been doing like a little 10-minute meditation, and I'm very I'm just enjoying that, and to sit in stillness, and a little bit of it is me doing some guiding, and then when we'll drop into the space, to this space. Okay. So, if you'd like, close your eyes. That would be cool. I think I'm just gonna, there we go. Yeah. So close your eyes. Hopefully you're sitting somewhere, comfortable. If you can be somewhere comfortable, it can just be in a chair in the kitchen. It can be on the floor. It can be on the couch with your feet on the floor. But I encourage us not to sit, or not to lie down. Don't lie down. Just be sitting. And sometimes ego will put us to sleep. Just boom. And so watch that falling asleep sometimes is a distraction from the moment. It's an emergency solution from the ego to take us out of this. Okay, so just breathe. Just breathe. Be here now. Just include any sounds, any conditions that may be in this moment for you, whether it's a sound, whether it's an uncomfortable body. Remember that the body is not you. The body is a gift to you, a vehicle, a beautiful gift to you. And we came in it, and when it leaves, we'll go on. And So just be in it, be comfortable, let your shoulders drop. Just feel the tension leaving your system. We're going to leave everything behind just for a few minutes. Everything behind. All thoughts of the day, let's leave them behind. All thoughts of who we are, let's just leave that behind. Doesn't matter. In this moment, nothing matters. Nothing is important. Nothing is missing. We are one. Only one. We might even be less than one. We might be zero. Less than one. No thought. No one. Come back to your breath. Back to your breath. Remember that we are not our thoughts. It doesn't matter who the thoughts are. Just let go of any desire to understand. Don't need to solve any problems. Problems are a distraction from the moment. They are not true. In this moment, there's nothing. Only now, just this moment, be here. Nothing to see. Nothing to hear. Nothing to feel. Be here now. Back to the breath. Thoughts come. If thoughts come back to the breath. Let them go. whenever you're ready, just come back. Just come back from just come back. Yeah. Beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much for spending that time with me, sitting through this meditation. Beautiful. So meditating, sitting in the stillness, becoming nothing or nobody for those few minutes lifts us up to our natural state. Our natural state is a state free of judgment, free of anger, free of complaint, free of fear, free of desire and wanting. The natural state is a state of love, unconditional love. Natural state is a state of acceptance, compassion. Yes. So I encourage you to have these moments of quiet oneness. Practice, sit in this space. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you. I'm going to post this up on YouTube. I'd love it if you go there and subscribe. It's my YouTube channel's under Valley and Beyond and Project Awakening. Thanks. One day at a time, babes. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for staying with us.